I think the medical industry, people tend to be a lot more quality conscious and quality focused. I think with the medical industry specifically, the way we go about measuring quality and looking at, I guess, methods for measuring quality focuses a lot more on risk of patient misuse, I guess, on the product. And so rather than just saying this is right or this is wrong, we have to measure another level of could the errors cause a risk of usability issues with the patient. And so I think in that respect, it's a little bit different. But ultimately, it does come down to translation accuracy or inaccuracy. I think it depends on the certification that you're asking about. Some of the common certifications, the ones that we've gone for, and a number of our competitors probably have also gone after, are things like ISO. So the general ISO 9001 quality systems. They provide a very solid baseline for how to run a quality system in a company, whether it's how to handle product nonconformity or how to set up internal audits and ways to ensure your quality systems are solid. So those are very, I think, beneficial as a baseline. They really don't tackle translation per se. ISO 13485 is specific to medical device clients, and I think that's been very useful for us in aligning our systems with our clients. So I wouldn't say in general that might be applicable to a translation company, but it does allow us to do things like assessing risk and mitigating risk in a similar fashion to our clients, which I think for us adds a lot of value as well. There are a number of other standards as well. The British standard 15038 covers specifically translation service providers, and I think that does provide a good baseline. I think we go well above and beyond that, specifically for the medical industry. So it provides a baseline for how do you manage your translation projects and how do you qualify translators. And we have to go quite a bit beyond to guarantee the quality for our clients, but they are good baselines, and I think they're good starting points for a system. Again, I look at it from the perspective of medical clients, and I think translation quality, there's certainly if there's a major mistranslation or omission, you can categorize different types of translation errors. And you can use that, as we do through our metric system, to look at overall translation quality levels. I think there's a certain point where you have a critical translation error, where it's clearly it causes misuse of a product, and that's a clear yes or no or black and white decision on is it a good quality or poor quality. I think there's a very gray area around a number of stylistic or preferential changes that you may see. Each reader may want to see something a different way or may have a preferred term. That's fuzzy, and I think that's a bit harder to capture when you're talking about translation quality. Again, we use our tool that's called Metrique. It's an objective quality measurement tool, similar in some aspects to some other industry tools that are, I guess, available, but we've customized really specifically for the medical industry. And what we do and what a number of other tools try to do, I think as well, is to objectively measure numbers of translation errors of various categories. And based on our experience in the medical industry, we weight for that industry the severity of the errors against the word count to determine if something is a pass or fail. And we've found it's a very good insight into the overall translation quality. It allows us to measure without giving our evaluators a chance to really put their own opinions on what is quality versus not quality. It allows us to really drive that. And when integrated into a process, it really gives us visibility before we deliver a project on what is translation quality, and are we meeting that standard. I think what I found with the medical industry specifically is that quality is assumed. It's not, cost and time are the most important things I think often talked about in discussions, but it's because they're assuming they're getting accurate quality translations. We do measure our translation quality, and that's a point of discussion with our clients. When it comes to quoting projects and looking at project turnaround times, they're much more focused on cost and time. And that is because they're expecting that we're already meeting that high quality level that they need. So it's kind of it's assumed or taken for granted. I think the technology is playing a bigger and bigger role. Certainly we use translation memory tools and glossary or terminology management tools to ensure a baseline level of quality. Automated QA tools are growing, either as part of those translation memory tools or separate standalone tools, so that when files are being translated or when text is being translated, we can really run automated QAs early in the process to catch mechanical errors or to catch consistency with glossaries or previous translations or holistic criteria that can be added. And so we can really push that quality upstream and help to streamline further downstream. I think the other area where I think technology has increased a lot is our ability to measure translation quality again. And that can be the way we've done it in Metrique. It's programmed, it's part of our workflow system where we can measure quality at a certain point, depending on the quality output, we can determine what additional steps are needed before we deliver. That way we know that quality level before we ship it. Without that technology, it just wouldn't be logistically, I think, possible to do that.